Random day owning an R34. We got to deal with a broken axle boot, just the boot itself. You can see it's actually destroyed there. You can see all the gunk on the top of the frame, all within the suspension. We've already wiped it all clean, but you can see, look at how dirty and cracked these are from these 25-year-old cars. So it's just part of the maintenance on owning these cars. Today, we're only going to be replacing the driver's side front axle, but some of the other ones will need it as well. We're just trying to get the car back on the road. You can kind of see in there a little bit. That thing just ripped in half, split open, so to speak, and just the gunk was everywhere. Here's coming in on another angle. You guys can see where it just split. Let me see if I can get it from down under here. Yeah, there you go. See how it's just, the boot itself is just split open. So we're gonna loosen all the knuckles, all this stuff, the caliper, get this all sorted out. I'm not familiar with this brand. Maybe I've seen that logo before, but I'm not sure. I get asked what caliper adapters I have. My car came with these on it. But look at this. Look at the axle. Ooh, this is the outer boot. Look how bad that is. So here's the other side. This, I believe, the speedo sensor. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna have to get this 22 or 20 mil off. Let's see if we can get the spindle out real quick. So now we just need to pull the axle out on this side. I was able to get it without pulling this one out. The axle is just free. You can see like how it was destroyed in there. So we were able to, once we got the sway bar, this part, this whole suspension kind of like lifts up. So we're able to pull the axle out of the actual spindle itself. So now we're gonna try to get this other part out all the way. All right, so we're about to pull this final part out. There she is. So we got the new axle in. Go ahead and we gotta pull this out. We gotta feed this through here. So Tommy's gonna pull the spindle out. So you got the teeth on the back here, but we gotta suck this all in now. We already put this back in place on the lower control arm. So literally you're just putting the washer on and we're just gonna spin this in place. That's the new one. So that rebuildable axle that we went with came with this. So in a little bit, I'll give you guys a full rundown on how we did this. This is my first time around. There was no instructions really that we looked up or found. All right, let me give you guys a full rundown on what we did and what we had to take apart just to get this axle out. So what we did is sway bar end link here. Obviously the brake rotor, the caliper, which is tied up there. We disconnected this lower bolt here on the lower control arm. Tie rod end here, drop that down. Once we had this, and this down, we were able to actually push the spindle actually up and pull the axle out from the backside, and then that allowed us to actually pull it out from in here. You have to use like flatheads or an actual puller to get the axle out itself. We were lucky to do it with flatheads, but that's all we really did. I mean, it sounds like not a lot, but it is a lot of work. So now we're just gonna retighten everything back up. We're gonna put the rotor back on, and then we're gonna drop the caliper back in place. And that's it. We put all the cotter pins back in, so we got those. We don't have any new ones for this, but we will be reusing it. And there's a cap too. We're gonna go get a new one later. We just wanna get this car on the ground. So we're gonna go ahead and put the rotor on now. So Tommy's gonna push that on. Super, super simple. And we'll clean everything up with brake cleaner, probably off camera. So this is where you're gonna rub if you guys run big tires. This is not a big deal, but you can trim that out if you choose to. I'm running 275 35 888s right now with a 10.5 plus 15. You get a little bit of rubbage right there. This spot it's really nothing, but I'm pretty low. If you guys take a look, I'll maybe get you guys a clip or check out my Instagram. It's really nothing to be concerned about. I don't hit driving on the road. I'm not hitting like up in here or anything. That little spot, and that's just on like aggressive turns. I mean, these things are meaty. Like I said, 275, 35, 10.5 plus 15, and super good clearance just on the tight turns. And I'm pretty low with these HKSs, so. Trivia time, who knows what this is for? Is it a bump stop for your steering? There's one on this side too, but it does nothing that I can see. We did pull the steering the other way and it comes really close, and I'm sure this suspension's hanging, so let me know if you know what this is for. I actually don't. So we're just wrapping this up. We're gonna put this, well, Tommy's putting the shield on right now. His big hand, as you can see, but yeah, we're putting the shield on, which is the ductor to get the air into the brake, clean the rotor off like we told you, and we're literally just gonna set this wheel on and put it on the ground. Everything's good, no clicky sounds, but final drive will let us know. So guys, this took us about 2 hours first time around. Probably do it again in an hour. Easy peasy. You see the clearance. This wheel has a lot of clearance. I had a lot of issues test fitting wheels. So she's on the ground. She's not settled yet, but I just kind of wanted to plug this in with the clearance where I talked about that.